Hey loves, welcome to a fashion designer lifestyle video. I am your host, KeAmbra Nequal, and in today's video we will be doing a review / tutorial on McCall's pattern M6842. This is a very easy beginners friendly sewing pattern. This is the perfect sewing pattern for starters. On the back of the pattern, it has all of the measurements and items that is required to equip this garment. It also lists how much fabric you need in order to make these designs according to your size. This pattern is designed for lightweight woven fabrics such as wools, tweeds, gabardine, linen, and much more. You will also need a 7-inch zipper, hook and eye, and interfacing. I chose to make design D, which is the drop waist midi skirt, which is the perfect transitional piece for summer to fall. Okay, so before I cut this pattern out on my actual final fabric, I wanted to create a mock-up using cotton muslin to make sure that the pattern is exactly what I want it to come out to be and that I don't have to do any adjustments or alteration to this garment. I have traced out my size onto this brown packing paper that I got from Dollar Tree. You can get this anywhere, but I prefer for beginners to use the pattern paper that has the grids on it because it helps you line up your pattern to the fabric perfectly. Now that we have all of our pieces cut out, I am going to fuse the interfacing onto the back of the front and back waistline facing pieces. If you are confused on how to fuse the interfacing to the fabric, make sure that the rough side is facing down towards the fabric. This really isn't the first step, but I wanted to get my prepping out of the way and just put it off to the sides. Okay, so let's get into the first step. First, we're going to take your front yoke and pin it right sides together to the front skirt, matching the notches. Before we get so far into this video, I just want to give you a little disclaimer and be honest with you. I did not follow the sewing directions. After I pinned majority of the front yoke and skirt together, I noticed that the skirt needed a little bit more ease into the yoke. So I clipped about 1/4 inch into the seam allowance, and now the skirt fit perfectly into the yoke. Now that we have the front yoke and skirt pinned right sides together perfectly, we are going to sew 5/8 of an inch seam allowance, which is required for this pattern. Make sure that you give your seams a good press. Let's grab our back yoke and skirts, pin the salvages right sides together so that the skirt can ease into the yoke evenly by clipping 1/4 inch into the seam allowance. And then we're going to pin the yoke and skirt together from salvage to salvage. I feel though it is very easy to pick up things by repetition, so I didn't want to leave out any parts or steps that I feel like that could be helpful, or if a person that didn't get it the first time, they can get it this time. I'm just repeating the exact same steps that I did for the other back yoke and skirts. Now we can take it to our sewing machine and we're going to sew 5/8 of an inch seam allowance. Next, we're going to install our zipper. Make sure that you have your markings already placed on your fabric so that you can know where you need to stop when it comes down to your zipper placement. And now we're taking it to our sewing machine and we are sewing as close to the teeth as we can, but we are making sure that we do not sew on the teeth because, baby, the zipper is gone after that. Now that we have the zipper installed, we are going to sew the rest of the center back seam together. Make sure that you are aligning your notches together first before pinning the rest of the center back together, then stitch. Now that we have the center back sewn, we can now pin and stitch the front and back skirt right sides together. Make sure that you are sewing right sides together. Let's grab our front and back facing and sew them together on the sides, 5/8 of an inch. The pattern is asking for you to finish the lower edge, but I did not finish my lower edge at this time. What I did next was, with right sides together, pin the facing to the upper edge of the skirt, matching the notches, centers, and side seams. After I have my facing pinned to the upper edge of my skirt, I took it over to my sewing machine and sewed 5/8 of an inch seam allowance. After every stitch, I make sure that I press my seams open to get a clean and flat surface. Okay, so the pattern says finish the lower edge of facing, and it doesn't specify how to finish. So what I would do is turn over 1/4 of an inch seam allowance and then press the seams closed, and then turn over another 1/4 of an inch and press so that you can have a clean hem. In design school, one of my professors used to always say, do what I say and not what I do. I moved the seam allowance towards the facing and understitch so that the facing wouldn't turn over and show on the right side of the fabric. And you want to make sure that you stitch the seam allowance close to the seam. I'm so sorry, I didn't know that my camera was out of frame, so I'm gonna have to explain what I'm doing right now. I turned my facing to the inside, turning the ends towards the zipper tape, and I slip stitched to the zipper tape. I pressed and then I tacked the seams down. We have made it to the last step. Hallelujah! We are going to hem the edge of the skirt by turning over 5/8 of an inch. And now that we are finished, hallelujah, make sure you just clip any excess thread or any hanging thread. Just clean up around where you sew. And y'all, oh my gosh, look, it is so cute. I can't wait to try it on and see exactly how it fits on me. Oh my gosh, y'all, look at this. I can't wait to do it in the official fabric. This is so cute, so fun. As an expert, I would have liked for it to have darts in it to make it more so fitted and not as loose as it is around the waist area. But overall, this is so cute. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.